This didn't
Let me
go very
see.
well. I was basically just trying to.
Here you go. I didn't catch it, by the way. It's because I know how it is, not because I see it in this frame. This is not something you want to do in Supermemo, or you want to minimize this, because there are many bugs or non-implementations. So it will become templateless and many things. So what I prefer to use, my convention, is I don't make any exception. So what I do, so let's say it's here, new topic. Hey, it's a child, right? It goes there where I want it. What I'm not sure now if I get the sources. Let's check that. Source none. So not just because it's below that topic, that oh my god, dynamism, that is meaningless. This topic is not a child of this. So it's physically a child now because I have it here, as I could move it there, but not because it's here now, it's a child of this. It's physically a child, but what I mean is if I make an extract, it's a child, yes, but also look at this. Article comes from this article and has this concept, right? Other than that, if I open this in the browser, I can go child and sources, and I can locate the actual source of that topic. What will happen with this? Hey, let's try. If you remember, was this weird word dynamism? Let's open this with the browser. Same thing. Sources. The source is itself. So if you move this thing around, it will be lost. There's no semantic connection as a parent and child. It is just physical. On top of that, no group, no concept. So even if I put it inside the cognition, and the parent actually had the cognition, it's not inherited either. And since the concept is not set, as a consequence, I cannot auto-apply the template via the concept. So I only have the physical relationship of being a child, and that's about it. It's a big, big, big limitation. To make things easier, what I suggest to do is I want to be a child like this. I create my own words, and I just did an extract. And then in this extract, I can just continue and so on. If I want to do this preemptively, because I want to take notes of an event or something like that hey, I want to have this ahead of time, I have again my convention. So I navigate back, and I will just extract and a space. It's super pointless, but it's enough that creates everything I want. I have the article template, I have the concept, I have the metadata and the relationship of parent and source. If I want to know the source within Supermemo, if you remember that we did in the, even if I don't rename it, it's blank because I just extracted a white space. If I open this to the browser, I can still locate the source. This could also be true for tasks. He has tasks. He's going to do it, not yet. He had this. This is a more meaningful example. So, a folder. Society as a concept network. Now I convert it with Control K into a concept. How I do it now? Well, a concept is just an element. If you create concepts like this, it's dismissed already. So in Supermemo, it's actually cheating. So instead of when you create the element right away, it creates the element and then dismisses it in a split second. Even if for the user is one action. That means that at the end of the day, it's a concept. It's an element with something else, with more attributes. That means that I can apply a template. Even if it's dismissed, I can apply the template. Yeah, it says element type mismatch. I don't care. I can force this. And now will be tasks, extract. Here you go. Now I have the tasks folder. Well, it's not a folder, it's a topic. Easy. I click on it, or I navigate, Alt left, and now Control D. Now I have the topic that is, as I wanted, a folder, but is semantically related to the concept. It's not just below it. Also, keep in mind what I just did. That's very, very kind of intuitive in Supermemo. Look at this. The task A has no concept group. Why on earth? Because it inherits the parent where you have extracted the element you extracted from it, and it's itself. Usually, the concept element does not have itself as a concept registry member, but it's possible to do so. So I can, that's the element, that is a concept as a group, and I can set Ctrl-Shift-P, Alt-G, and I can set the same concept. In my case, it's the last one. Cannot move element onto itself. Why? Because this is the hook. No worries. That doesn't mean I'm doing something it's not intended to. It's because in this case, it's the hook. If I could have done the same here. Child, which I suggest because the tasks has no concept yet. So you process the browser, you go to set concept group, society, and now only one change because I already set the concept. This is even better because you will also apply itself. Nice. That means that from now on, everything I do, I will also carry on the concept. What else he has? Original source of the idea. Okay. Original source of the idea. I don't even care about the cosmetics here because this is temporary. It's for the sake of creating children. I extract, and here you go. And if I really want, I can dismiss it. He doesn't have this dismissed. And then now, if this goes elsewhere, in Google Docs, Notion, whatever that is, Discord, I just copy my clipboard, and that's it. I will paste it here. Let me see. I will use this document as an example. Question 1, question 2. So let's say that's what my notes. So I just paste that. Cool. And then I can make the extra, I can do whatever I want. But this is very semantic. Everything is connected. This is the child of this. That means that even if I move this around, I can still get to link. Where this comes from, where this was extracted from, and so on. It's a massive detail, that's why I'm spending time with this. Because I'm not sure if he just has his flow, or he's not aware of that. But this, with time, you'll have so many topics that have no source, are in your collection, and you will rely only physically where they are. So this also will take a toll on the neural overview, by the way.